Hi, I'm Amanda Olson, and I'm a doctor of physical therapy and certified pelvic floor rehabilitation specialist. And I want to welcome you to Intimate Rose and congratulate you on your decision to order the weights and start the process of getting yourself better and reaching the goals that you've set forth for yourself, whether it's for stress urinary incontinence or pelvic organ prolapse, or maybe to make things better in the bedroom. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is the emotional aspect of dealing with whatever issue it was that brought you to purchasing this item. And I want you to know that it is perfectly normal to feel frustrated or angry or sad or disappointed and hopeful. But any of those emotions are very typical. I see them both in the clinic and I see them in my friends, and I've experienced them for myself. And I'm here to tell you that early on in my career, I found myself falling off of a 40-foot cliff into a river, and I caused significant damage to my pelvis and my pelvic floor. And then I went on to have two babies naturally. So I have lived what may have brought you here, right? I've been there and I know that it's hard. I know that it's frustrating. But as you're going through the process, it'll be important to show yourself some grace. So the pelvic floor are muscles just like everywhere else in your body. Everything that you see here in red, these muscles going around the urethra and the vagina and the rectum, and then deep on the inside, there's another layer of muscles. So if you would not ridicule a friend of yours for not being able to bench press a certain amount of weight, don't ridicule yourself for not being able to withstand a certain level of vaginal weight in here. You might feel like when your weights come, you see this pretty assortment here, and it starts white being the lightest and dark purple being the heaviest. You may feel tempted to start somewhere in the middle. I always recommend people start with white. And by doing that, you avoid feeling disappointed. If you try to say, throw in the dark purple and it comes out, it's simply showing you where your body is. The weights will help strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, just as using weights daily in the gym would help strengthen your legs or your shoulder or your abdominals, anywhere else in the world. But it is going to take time too. This is not going to happen overnight. But be kind to yourself, be gracious with yourself during the process. So in starting with the white, it's going to go in just like a tampon would. Now, if you put it in and you're standing up and it falls out, don't be disheartened. That happens. It can feel really frustrating to see, oh, the lightest one, I can't even keep it in. This happens all the time. What you want to do is put the white one in and sit down. You can put it in, put your clothing on, and sit down. By sitting on a surface, it provides the pelvic floor with a little bit of reinforcement, and that can help train the muscles in their awareness, and also it gives them a little bit of an extra support while they are working on getting strong enough to be standing up and moving around. So if you are able to put the white one in and stand up and walk around for 15 minutes with no issue, then the next day you will want to just try the next color. And essentially you're going to work your way up until you get to a color that's challenging to maintain in for about 10 to 15 minutes. On the other hand, if you find that you put the dark purple one in, you get up to the dark purple and you're able to maintain that with no problem whatsoever, that can also feel frustrating, because then you feel like, you had an issue that brought you to purchasing this set and you can hold the largest weight. Now what? What are you going to do? Oftentimes we find that if you're experiencing some bladder leakage or some prolapse or issues sexually that you are hoping to solve by strengthening the muscles, one thing that can happen is that having dryness inside the vagina can lead to some friction and tension that will maintain the weight in, even though the muscles themselves are not holding it. So kind of like Spider-Man, The weight can stick to the walls of the vagina, and so the muscles aren't working as hard as you think they are to maintain it in. So there's still a lot of benefit from using the weights by adding a bit of lubrication to the top of the weight. You want to use a water-based lubricant. We have an excellent one at intimaterose.com. But by placing just a little bit of water-based lubricant at the top of the weight and then inserting it, you're ensuring that the dryness is not the factor that's holding the weight in, and that in fact your pelvic floor muscles are getting the exercise that they need in order to get stronger and feel better. One other thing that you can do if you are able to maintain the purple weight in with the lubrication is to add some motion. You can do some light exercises, whatever you find yourself enjoying. You can go for a little walk. You want to avoid having the weight in longer than 10 to 15 minutes. So whatever it is you're doing, be in a place where you can take it out after 10 to 15 minutes. You can take a shower, you can do some squats, whatever it is that you find yourself enjoying to do physical activity wise, but adding that motion challenges the pelvic floor muscles even more. So the bottom line is that there can be a lot of emotions that come up. You might even feel like you're being tested. You have this progression of weights here, and you may feel in a hurry to progress and to move up. The fact of the matter is, if there's something that brought you to these weights, like bladder leakage, you want to be better yesterday, right? So be patient, understand that it's a process. It's not going to take forever, but it's not a magic wand, and it will take a few weeks, and you'll want to be really diligent. But during that process, just understand that we make a priority out of helping you reach your goals. We're available to answer questions. Another idea too, in addition to using the weights, is to see a pelvic physical therapist. We are all over the country, and if you email us and you feel like you need some more one-on-one attention, or you feel like there's something else going on, we will help pair you with a pelvic physical therapist in your area by using your zip code. Okay, so bottom line, we support you and we want you to get better, and understand that all of the emotions that you're feeling are totally normal. And I look forward to hearing from you if you need any other assistance. Have a good day.